Namaste to everybody. My pranam, the committee members of the Gita Mandhir, the devotee of Gita Mandhir, the members of International Sanskrit Academy, and the members from various other Hindu organizations. I enjoyed the melodious song today morning, and your song was very high standard. It reminded me Swami Sahajananda satsang. Like when the satsang starts, absolute silence, same time satsang starts. It's called Sattvic Satsang. And wonderful speech given by you about the mind. And today's my speech is tribute to late Dr. V. Singh, who was the member of International Sanskrit Academy, where I discuss Indian culture, Dharma, and how Dharma can bring peace to the world. In this speech, it will also answer three important questions, which is come from the young mind and one of the spiritual head of our Hindu organizations. So while I was teaching Hindi, before the Diwali in school, I asked students, why you all celebrate Diwali? They gave all the stories. The Ram killed Ravana when he came to Ayodhya, and the people were happy, they started Diwali. One of the students asked, Sir, Ram is a story, or is a myth, or is a fact? That question is very universal question, and it applies everywhere. When we pray the Lord Krishna, if one young child asks, is a Krishna a story, or a myth, or a fact? If it's fact, then how many years before Lord Krishna was in this earth? If Ram is fact, then how many years before Lord Rama was in this earth? So when Diwali finished, I asked, how was your Diwali? Sir, very nice. We enjoyed the crackers and the fireworks. So again, the same child asked, so it makes sense to light the diya in the Diwali. But doesn't make sense to me why we use the crackers in the Diwali. Isn't violate the rights of the animals? So these are very prominent questions we have to answer to our young mind. And one of the spiritual head asked me, just look, I asked my neighbor, please come to the satsang. I'll take you in my car. They give me supper prasad. I will bring back to home. But they never come. After a few months, when they follow the different faith, they're holding a book, walking to their prayer place. So where is mistake? Mistake with that person or mistake my dharma? So these are the prominent questions we have to answer while I give talk. You'll find those three prominent answers. So as you told, I am going to discuss what is Indian culture and dharma and how dharma can bring peace to the world. And all of us know today is 10th of November 2019. Now, how many of us know what is the date of Indian traditions? Today's Indian date is 27th of 7th month, 5121 year. As when mentioned, today is the Kartik month. As there were 12-month Western calendar, we also got 12 months. Vaishakha, Jyeshtha, Asadha, Sravana, Bhadra, Aswina, Kartika. Today is the 24th of Kartik month, 5121 year. Its question is, what is 5121 years? And all of us know we are going through the Kali Yuga. According to our tradition, we got 4 yugas: Satya, Dwapara, Treta, Kali. So in the Kali Yuga, we passed 5121 years. The time period of Kali Yuga is 432,000 years. Please remember 432000. Out of 432,000 years, we passed 5121 years. So it will be 5122 years, the next first day of the Ram Navami. Ram Navami is not a new year, but our new year fall on the first day of the Ram Navami. So when we celebrate next year Ram Navami, coming year Ram Navami, we'll go to 5121 years. To understand that, the proof is when you see our priests do prayer, they sing Amuka Maase, Amuka Pakshi, Amuka Nakhetre, Kaliyugasya Prathama Charan. So they recorded which day they praying. That will be going the first part of the Kali Yuga. In total of 432,000, we passed 5,121 years. So Kali Yuga, the double of Kali Yuga is the Dwapara Yuga, where Lord Krishna came, end of the Dwapara Yuga. That means Lord Krishna was before 5,121 years before in this earth, which physical body, the Kurukshetra war was going on there. So it is a fact recorded in our Indian calendars. So before Dwapara there was a Treta Yuga. So 3 times of Kali Yuga is the time period of the Treta Yuga. Before Treta Yuga, at that is called Satya Yuga. So Lord Rama was end of the Treta Yuga. That means if we add the time period of the Dwapara Yuga and we passed 5,121 of Kali Yuga, so that year before Lord Rama was in this earth. So before the Treta Yuga, we have a Satya Yuga. The 4 times of Kali Yuga is the Satya Yuga. Like that, we passed many Kali Yuga, many Dwapara Yuga, many Treta Yuga, and many Kali Yuga. In total, according to our Indian calendar, with evidence, with fact, that we passed, as I mentioned there, 1,960,853,120 years. So coming Ram Navami will add 1 more year to our Indian culture. That means roughly you can see we passed already 2 billion years old, our culture. So in the past 2 billions of years, we recognize in different name, in different time, according to the geographical identification. I think you can recall, people call us the Arya. Why? Because at that time, that India was recognized as Aryavarta. What is Arya means? Arya means well civilized, well educated people. That in the place where well civilized, well educated people living, that's why the place called Aryavarta, and we known as Arya. Then we known as Bharatiya. Because 2 billions of year time, so then that time they call that place as a Bharatavarsha, which is called Indian subcontinent in English. What is Bharat means? Bha means knowledge. Rata means busy. The people who are living on that area, they were busy and searching for the truth and knowledge. They discover Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas. That's why they are known as a Bharatiya. The place called as a Bharatavarsha, and who was living on that place, they are known as Bharatiya. then we known as a Hindu. Because that place again recognized as a Hindu Sthan. Sthan is a Sanskrit word, Hindu. How they got that word Hindu? You see, Indian map in top is Himalaya. They took the word He. And the bottom of that India is an Indian Ocean, in Sanskrit we say Hindu Sagar. Take the word E. So here is He plus Hindu. He plus Hindu became Hindu. So that means the place was surrounded by the Himalaya and the Hindu Sagar is called the Hindustan, and who was living on that place, they named as a Hindu. Up to 1947. When 1947 India got independence, we known as the Indians. That means we are known as Arya, Bharatiya, Hindu, now you know as a Hindustan. As time will go, they will call us different names. So that is our Indian history, where we passed close to 2 billion years of years. The uniqueness of Indian culture is that we can realize God in this physical body. That's the exception of Indian culture. To realize God in this physical body, we will follow certain duty. You practice certain duty. In Sanskrit, we say a Dharma. Like different saints and sages, they put different path. But common thing on that path is all of us will practice ahimsa, non-violence, satya, truthfulness, asteya, non-stealing. They founded some rules and regulations for us. Once you practice those things, then you can realize God in this physical body. That is called Dharma. And the Dharma will take to moksha. That's the ultimate goal. We say different moksha, mukti, nirvana, or in English say self-realization or self-transformations. We can go any organizations. All of our goal is we must realize God in this physical body, and that will go many lives. That's a belief on, we follow the concept of the punarjanma, rebirth. We follow the concept of the karma. So that is our beauty part of our Indian culture, that if we follow Indian culture and we practice the duty or dharma, we can realize God in this physical body. And other thing also, goal of our Indian culture is we practice the moment we born, we say Matrudeva Bhava. That means mother is our living God. Pitrudeva Bhava. Father is our living God. Acharya Deva Bhava. The Guru, your teacher, is the living God. Atithi Deva Bhava. Guest is a living God. So you must respect everybody. You must look after them. So here is Indian culture. The first basic things we have to practice non-violence, truthfulness, non-stealing, respect the parents, teachers, guests. Once you follow those things, I think automatically there will be peace in this world. And that is not, that's a trouble facing in this world. Not only we respect our parents while they're living, we also look after them when they die. So when we say we follow the concept of the rebirth or punarjanma, so when we die, where we go? Where we stay? So our sentence has told that when we die, we go Pitrilok. We living in this earth, our ancestors live in the Pitrilok. Yamaraj will open his account, how many good things you did, how many bad things you did, then he said, good to go. For certain period of time, they have to stay in the Pitrilok. With their meditation and the knowledge that our sentence suggests, they told, while our life, our year consists of 365 days, is 1 year, for them, our 1 year is 1 day in the Pitrilok. That means when we passed 1 year, 365 days, in the Pitrilok, for them, 1 day, 1 night. But how they will eat? What they will drink? So that is our duty, because they brought us in this earth, they grown up, they look after us. So when they Pitrilok, we must look after them. That is why once a year we do Pieterpaksha. We giving them food. We inviting them. Because our 1 year is their 1 day. That means once a year we feeding them every day. On the Pieterpaksha, it falls exactly 1.5 months before of the Diwali. Because Pieterpaksha Mahalaya. So they come on the Pieterpaksha, we feed them. So when they will go back to Pitrilok, they go on the day of the Diwali. And Diwali fall on the dark moon day, which is Amavasya. Very simple thing. If one guest comes to our house, when they will say thank you, we going with them up to our gate. Thank you so much for coming, and they going. So same thing, we invited our ancestors, we fed them. Now the time on the Diwali, they will go back. So where they will go back? They will go to the Pitrilok. Pitrilok is above the earth. So what we do, so before tell them bye-bye, we respecting them. We do sparkle. We doing arati. When Diwali, we do sparkle, it's not a merrymaking. We do them arati. So we can't do a sparkle like that, it's wrong. You have to do this way. We respect, we do arati. Then we do fireworks, it's going up. Because that day is the dark moon day. And they live above. So when the fireworks, we showing the light to go back to their place. So they go back to the place. That means when they die, we have a respect for them. That is why we use fireworks in the Diwali. It is mentioned in Kartik Mahatmya book. As when we do Kartik month now, it's called Kartik Mahatmya. It mentioned because the Diwali fall in the Kartik month. On Kartik Mahatmya, written there why do Diwali. But we are not supposed to do Big Bang. But it's not in part of, because we are lack of knowledge why doing Diwali, we started lots of things which is question mark for us. So his answer for the young mind, why we use fireworks in the Diwali. Now, that Indian culture, what I mentioned, it is almost 2 billion years old. Up to 400th century, our Indian culture or Dharma was established throughout Asian continent. Her science, her technology, her inner science knowledge was followed by throughout the world. You might have heard the spice trade. They coming to India, taking spice to Europe. It's not like they're taking garam masala. They're taking all the herbal medicines. They're going to Portugal, and Portugal supply other part of the Europe. They're taking the zinc. They got the concept of mathematics, concept of zero. They got the concept of the calendar. So it was up to 400 century, our Indian culture or Dharma was dominant throughout the world. Up to 400th century, where Dharma was dominating, same time the Europe was establishing or rising of the religion. When we using our English word, I am not so good in English, sometimes we look the dictionary, what is the meaning of that word? People use. We say Hindu Dharma means Hindu religion. Let's accept it. The whole world knows we are the Hindu religion. Accept it. If we decide some problem will come. Let's dig little bit. What is Dharma means? What is religion means? Dharma is a Sanskrit word. Dharma, the root word is the dri. From dri comes suffix and prefix, the word became dharma. Dri means whole. So whatever holding the world, that is the dharma. What is holding the world? The world is held by the non-violence. We are not violent, that's why world is sustaining. The world is sustaining because of the non-stealing. You see lots of corruptions are coming in this world. Some problems, but few people there in the government, they are not stealing. That is why the country is running. Everybody is supposed to follow the non-stealing. What ahimsa, satya, asteya, truthfulness. These are the dharma which is holding the world. That's called Hindu dharma. We follow certain duty. But what is religion means? Please go home today, pick up a dictionary, open the world. What is religion means? You find religion means belief in God and gods, or belief in monastery system. The word belief must be there. But in Dharma, we don't believe. We want to realize. Whatever see Lord Krishna here, whatever see Paramatma, we want to realize that Paramatma in this body. When we want to realize the Paramatma, you have to do certain duty. You have to practice non-violence. The moment you violate, you can't realize God in your physical body. So it is fundamentally different. So where Dharma was saying, you must realize the divinity within you, where religion is saying, you must believe in God and gods, not goddess also. No goddess word there. With religion, don't believe in goddess. Dharma, believe in goddess, not believe. Practice. We pray Mother Lakshmi, Mother Saraswati, Mother Durga, because they are the power. If there is no woman in this house, the house like a dead. You can feel that. There is no movement. Lord Shiva, take out the sheep, shovel, in corpse there. If Mother Parvati is not there, Lord Shiva sitting whole life in the meditation, nothing movement, like a dead. But when Mother Parvati will come, some movement is there. Same thing in the house. Without wife or without daughter, there is no movement in the house. So that's why we say Mother Durga, Mother Lakshmi, power is there. Sometimes we fight, but from fight power comes also. That's the next one. Let's take it easy. So here religion, they're saying you must believe in God or gods. When you believe, you don't know what is giving instructions. So it's fundamental. What I'm saying, I'm not going more details, it might be more confused. So what I'm saying, when 300th century, the Dharma was dominating throughout the world, rising of the religion. In 300th century, 400th century, all over Asia people following the Dharma, and all over the world also following their science and technology. Now something went wrong. When you go 1947, when India got independence, the follower of Dharma confined only in India. That means in 400th century, we dominated whole Asia. In 1947, we confined only in India. That means from 400th century, 1947, we lost 85% of our territories. From 1947, the first census 1951. At the time, the follower of Dharma was 87%. In 2011, we drove into 79%. That means every 10 years, the follower of Dharma decreasing 1%. If you go like that, 200 years time, the follower of Dharma will be 49%. What will happen after that? Look at South Africa. When our forefathers came, 1860, we were 85%. Now we are below 40%. Now here what was happening? So where 300 century Dharma was dominating, religion rising. Now you see the whole world is dominated by the religion. It's not like a American president talk, somebody else talk in his mind. I'm not referring to ghost. He brought up with certain ideology of the religion. Now in our 2 billion of Indian history, we didn't have the problem of global warming. That means the religion is dominating 200 years, 2000 years, we have a global warming. Because in Dharma, we respect the nature. We pray to Surya Devata. We pray to water Devata. We pray to air. We pray them. That's why they are the God. God in Hindi, in Sanskrit we say Devata. Dev. The Dev word from Dipdane. Root was Dipdan. That means we sustaining because of their giving. We can't survive without them. Is no light, we can't survive. No water, we can't survive. No air, we can't survive. That's why they are the Devata. They are the God. Because with their giving, we sustaining. It mustn't go. It must go now two way. So when they giving, we respecting. We doing prayers. We chanting the mantra. We chanting Bhurvasva. We chanting the Bhurvasva mantra. It purify the atmosphere. That's different topic. Take another half an hour to discuss how it purify the atmosphere, Bhurvasva, or the any mantras. Now what happens? So I'm giving the sequence. Now because 2000 years now, religion is dominating, we're getting global warming. We will face a lot of problems. Because religion, they say, that God created everything to enjoy. You must enjoy it, you exploit it. But Dharma say, no, you must look after it. You must take care of it. Then in the future generation will be sustained. Now problem is coming that now religion is dominating now. So how, that means what I'm saying, if you want to protect this world or you want to keep for a future generation, you have to establish again Dharma. But how you can establish Dharma? Because if you want to establish any Dharma or philosophy, you need support of a state. Look at the world. No state is supporting the Dharma. Our own country, India, is a secular country. They can't support the Dharma. South Africa is a secular country. So how can establish the Dharma? So we thought it is falling under the head of our dharmic traditions, ashrams and temples. They have to now try their best how again we re-establish the Dharma to protect the world, bring the peace and stability in this world, and for our future generations. So it is now. So here is my answer of the third questions asked by a spiritual head. Why people are not coming to our place when giving all kind of facilities, but in other religion, they're walking and going with the rain, with heat. Because they are giving a direction in what to do. But here, we are not giving the directions. So to give the direction our peoples that follow Dharma, that we have to establish Dharma now. And their Dharma will protect the world. You must give them how the world is having problems now. So here my concept is Indian culture is how long Indian culture is, and why Indian culture is different than other culture. The goal of Indian culture is moksha or mukti, that moksha and mukti you can get through the practice of the duty, which is called dharma. And if you want to protect the world, we have to establish dharma, and that established Dharma will go through by the ashrams and temples. Because we don't have the support of any state. So that means we have to change our strategy. So I got a few my suggestions. Just maybe hear it out. Let's see how this goes. So one thing is that we will unite now. We must have different. You from Divine Life, I am from Ramakrishna, I am from Gita Mandhir. We are together now. Because if you look into it, all our goal is one. You have to realize God in this physical body. Path is different. That you try to understand each other, unite. That's one thing. Number two, now we make it sure that all the Hindus are associated with any ashrams and temples. Because state can't support, we have to link with every Hindu must link any ashrams, any temples. But now questions came, so many Hindus, few ashram temples, how will cover that? Third thing, we mustn't content with one ashram or one temple. We have to grow it. Let me give an example, the Gita Mandhir. We must think how Gita Mandhir must have many branches. This will be headquarters. In Marysburg, they must look not at big temple, small temple, when they can serve 20 to 30 peoples. There they can inspire them, they tell what is Dharma, the service. So that way, we can have a link with all Hindus. That means we mustn't content in one ashram, we have to start many branches. Other thing also we need now, every ashram and temple must have a full-time spiritual head, not part-time. Because what we doing work, when getting some time, we give it to the community. But now we need full-time people. They full-time ashram or temple, they look after those spiritual head. And they will contact maybe once a 3 months, they must visit our devotee house, do a small prayer. They must learn a little bit like counseling. So that thing also we have to do to protect our Dharma. And other thing also, at least once a year, all Hindu organizations, they must sit together and assess the situation, what is happening. Because what I'm thinking, when think, okay, today is 50 people in this, like satsang, we have people. But we're not looking at the worldwide, what is happening around the world. We link that one. So these are the small things. If